just for the audience, like share with us your idioms that you like, even if there are
we got a few
you don't know how to use, guys. Just write them down, and me and Tom can discuss them throughout the podcast. Marina has asked, "As cool as a cucumber." Anyone using it? No.
I've heard it. I actually have heard
it.
that one.
That's the thing.
You're going to hear everything sometimes.
Yeah, it's as cool as a cucumber. It seems it's just so sweet to say that. It's so like, oh, adorable. But again, that's the thing. It's like this is raining cats and dogs. We know about it, but we just don't use it.
What about this one? We have this one right here. Drink like a pig.
Never heard of it.
Me neither.
No.
I've never heard that. I've heard eat like a pig.
Eat like a pig, sure. I think by subjecting yourself to, TV shows, films, like news, like you said about cutting corners, the more you read and you see the frequency of an idiom being repeated and repeated, then you understand that's the one to learn.
Right. I agree.
So for me, I think it's really about subjecting yourself to authentic sources regularly.
And understanding that they are relatively rare.
Yes.
Just understand that going in. That's just the way it is. They will be rare because they're colorful.
Yes.
They're made to spice the language up, make it more interesting.
And, I think when you take this, is like, not only do you record the idiom, but there's two ways to do this, I think. And I curated this kind of little theory myself. There's sort of two main types. I call it, for example, like a standalone idiom. So that's like an idiom where it's not used in a sentence, like it's basically on its own. So for example, if you say like eye to eye, you don't often hear that in a full sentence. Like we see eye to eye on everything that we've discussed over the last few weeks. Seems a little bit unnatural to me. It's like, yeah, we see eye to eye. I'm happy as Larry, for example.
What?
You've never heard of that?
Never heard of that. Who's Larry? Is it like a reference to a Larry?
I have no idea who Larry is. Maybe he's my neighbor, but we often say I'm as happy as Larry. Again, used on its own, it's not used in a whole sentence. But then you have some, for example, which can be used in a sentence. I've got two examples for you. To give your right arm, so that you're so desperate, you really want something, you'd give your right arm for it. So I could use that in a sentence. Like, I would give my right arm to have so much money and fame like he does. That would be fine. I'd give my right arm for that. Another one, don't point the finger at me when things don't go your way. So that's an idiom that's fine to use in a sentence. You see what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, it's more of a part of an overall explanation, for sure.
Yes.
And I want to say another one that is pretty common would be, it costs an arm and a leg.
Yes, done. That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you try to give more explanation to that, like a bigger sentence, it would start to sound unnatural.
Yes, I agree.